Okay, so I hear from a lot of people in networking, particularly about running into objections, and they get so frustrated because they have a hard time overcoming those objections. First of all, always it's a good idea to train. Always it's a good idea. There are tons of awesome courses by mentors out there like Ray Higdon, Danny Johnson, all sorts of all-stars out there in the realm of doing networking, doing sales, closing sales, and dealing with objections. All right. So those are some great sources to train yourself up. And if you train yourself on how to deal with them, obviously you'll have more confidence, and that confidence is projected. And just by projecting confidence, you guys eliminate objections. But here has been my thing. I never get involved with something or never try to offer something to people, share something with people that I haven't gotten value from myself. And so if you do have something in your life that you're getting value from, whether it's health products or essential oils or, there's all sorts of software, there's all sorts of networking businesses, all sorts of sales that you could be in. But if you've gotten value from it yourself, or you have seen from somebody else in your life how it has changed their life, transformed their life, impacted them, then you can't help but believe in it strongly. You can't help but be fully convinced that you're equipped with something, a tool that you can bring into people's life, whether it's a product or a service, that can absolutely transform their life and absolutely make their life better. And that's it. Belief is the key. Having that kind of unshakable belief that what you have to offer is super valuable, and that if somebody turns it down, there must be something that they're not seeing, because if they saw it, they surely would make the decision to buy it. That's where I'm at with my company in health. Is we have such a superior line of products, and I've had that experience in my own life. I'm like, how could you not believe in this stuff? And so every time that I talk with somebody, every time that they've seen the presentation and we're talking and I'm getting ready to enroll them as a customer, as a business member, I can't help but think in my mind, man, how can you not see the value in this, right? And so that projects and that comes across to that person. And very, very rarely do I get objections from people. Now, sometimes I get a really honest, you know what? This is just not something I'm looking for in my life at this point, which is fine. I absolutely respect that, and that's great. I love it when people can just be honest like that. But most of the time, I just don't run into objections, and I usually end up adding a customer or bringing a person onto the business, and it's because they see that projected in me, that level of belief, that level of confidence, and it totally eliminates room for them to come up with objections. See, here's a secret that I don't think a lot of people realize. Do you realize that when you run into objections, 90% of the time you created that? At some point up here in your head, you were just waiting for the inevitable when they were going to tell you, man, that costs too much, or, well, that's going to be too hard of work. I can't commit the time to that. I can't commit to make that kind of change. You're coming up with something in your head and you're thinking of it before them. And then subtly, sometimes non-verbally, you're suggesting to them, this would be a good opportunity for you to object right here. Just in case you were thinking about objecting with this, let me throw in this extra comment. And you're creating it. And so the key is, don't say too much, but when you speak, have that level of conviction and understand that you're convinced. You got to sit back and think, man, has this changed my life? Yes. Yes, it has. Okay. Does that mean it could change their life? Yes. Yes, it does. It's very logical. So move forward with that orientation and with that mindset.